Okay, so the first one is our new operator, and the second one is delete operator. Okay, first one is the new and second one is the delete operator. Yes, can anyone just tell me what is meant by new operator? Why we are using that particular new operator in case of C++ programming language? Yes, this particular new operator is very similar with the malloc function, which is available in C language as well as calloc function. Yes, guys. So with respect to C programming, malloc means memory allocation. Okay, so these are the two different functions which are available inside the C programming language to allocate the memory dynamically during runtime. Okay, so we are using these different functions inside the C programming, and new and delete keywords, or these are the two different operators which we are using inside the C++ programming language to allocate the memory dynamically. Okay, so new keyword is used to allocate the memory dynamically during runtime, and delete is the keyword which is used to remove or delete that particular memory, whatever be the generated by the help of new keyword. Okay, so let us revise few points. So what are the different syntaxes with respect to new keyword? Yesterday we have already discussed, but again I will revise all these syntaxes, and then we will discuss one more example with respect to new and delete operator. Yes, so let us start with the first syntax. What is that syntax? Yes,
Pointer variable.
we are
Pointer
using
variable
any pointer variable, then
is
we are
equal to
new keyword.
New
Okay,
keyword.
new
Data type.
and then next one is
Data
the
type.
data type. So this is the first way in which we are going to represent that particular memory. Yes, for example, I will directly just write it down. Integer star p is equal to new and integer, instead of splitting that particular declaration. Okay, so this is the one way of representation. I will mark as a one, first way. Yes, second one. What is that representation, guys?
pointer variable
Star
is
p
equal
is
to
null.
Pointer variable is equal
Is
to
equal to null.
null, means that null is available
new data type
in
value.
first one. Yes, yes, guys, I will just repeat that null where we are using null here. Okay, means suppose we have to declare that particular pointer variable, or we are going to declare that particular pointer variable, and initially we are not going to allocate any memory, or we are not going to initialize that particular variable. So in that case we are using this null, and suppose we have to initialize that variable, so we are using n is equal to new and then integer. So this is the way in which we are going to represent that. Okay, so with respect to second one, yes, new
Data type value.
data type and its value,
Value.
whatever be the data type which we are using, integer, float, and so on. So I will write down one more example with respect to this. Integer as star p is equal to new. I will consider that is a again integer type. Okay, so this is again third representation with respect to array. Yes, what is that, guys? Variable, pointer variable, then new. Yes, with respect to pointer variable, guys,
Data type
data
and
type, and we are using the size of that array.
size.
Okay, so with respect to example, integer star p is equal to new integer, and the size of that array is 10. Okay, so these are the three different ways in which we are going to initialize that particular pointer variable for memory creation. And similarly, we are using the delete operator or delete keyword to delete all these pointer variables. So in that case, I will write the syntax for delete. on the right hand side. Okay, delete operator. What is that? Okay, the syntax for delete is directly use that delete keyword and next one. Yes. We are directly deleting that particular pointer variable, whatever we have created with the help of that new keyword, because that particular variable we have directly created, or that particular variable is runtime created. So we are going to delete that particular variable during the execution, even though if suppose we have forgot to delete that particular variable, so by default when your program is going to be terminate or going to be exit, at that time that particular pointer variable is by default is going to be delete, or he is going to release that particular memory already reserved for that particular variable. Okay, so these are the different syntax with respect to new operator and pointer operator. Okay, so just can anyone just tell me what is the difference between normal array declaration and this declaration, this array declaration, which we have been created with the help of new? Yes, is there any difference with respect to normal array declaration and with respect to this pointer variable, or using new keyword? Yes, guys, is there any difference? The primary difference in between normal array and with respect to new keyword is that when we are going to create the normal array, so in that case by default memory is initialized initially when you are going to initialize that particular variable. This is the first case with respect to normal declaration. Okay, I will show you again with the help of one more. I'll clear all this. Yes. Okay, so we are talking about the normal array versus the array which we have created using the new keyword. Yes, guys, with respect to normal array, when we are going to create this particular normal array, what happens when you are going to compile that particular program? At that time 5 blocks are directly initialized with respect to that a variable. Okay, so memory is directly initialized with respect to that a variable inside the stack when you are going to compile that particular program. This is the one way. And suppose again one more point with respect to normal array. If suppose you are going to use that particular normal array inside any function. Okay, I will use void add function, and inside that I'm using one more array as a b of size 5. Yes, so what is the scope of this b? Yes, the scope of this
within that function itself.
Okay, what is the scope of this b array within the function itself? So when you are going to exit from this particular function, automatically what will be the local variable b or that array is generated or created is automatically going to be destroyed. Okay, or whatever be the memory reserved by that particular b variable is going to be destroyed. Okay, but what happened with respect to new keyword? Whatever be the array which have been created using that particular new keyword, what will happen? The scope of this particular pointer variable or the array of that particular pointer variable is throughout the program. Okay, so when you are going to exit from that particular program, till time that particular pointer variable is available, okay, with respect to your program, or up to when you are going to delete that particular variable. So first of all, if you want to release that particular memory, then directly fire that delete keyword or delete command to delete that particular pointer variable, or by default that particular pointer variable is going to release that particular memory when your program is going to be terminated. So this is the basic difference between normal array and the array which you have been created with the help of new keyword. Yes, clear guys? Yes guys? Okay, I will repeat once more. What will be the array created with the help of normal array declaration? In that case, the scope of that particular array is limited. If suppose you have created that particular array inside the function, so the scope of that particular array up to that particular only function. So when you are going to exit from that particular function, so the by default that particular memory is by default deallocated with respect to that array. So but in case of new, when you are going to create that particular pointer variable of array type, so by default he is going to allocate that memory inside the heap. Once you are going to use the delete keyword, then and then only that particular memory is going to be released or deallocate. Otherwise, when that particular program is going to be terminated, then and then only that particular memory is released from that particular heap. Okay, clear? This is the difference.
Yes,
guys.
sir.
Okay, and okay, what will happen if suppose enough memory is not available? Okay, if you want to create one pointer variable with the help of new keyword and of integer type, and what will happen if suppose the memory is not available or enough memory is not available during runtime? So what will happen guys, if suppose during execution you have created one pointer variable with the help of new keyword, means what, dynamically he is going to allocate some memory for that particular pointer variable. And if suppose by chance inside that memory the required memory is not available, so what will happen with respect to this command? Yes guys, what will compiler do if required memory is not available? Then program is going to waiting state till the required memory is available. Yes, what will happen guys? In that case, compiler is going to directly fire exception, means the required memory is not available or null pointer exception, and that particular exception is handled with the help of no throw keyword. Okay, so this particular keyword is used to handle that particular exception. And how we are using this particular exception? So I will write one more example, integer star p, and when we are going to create that particular variable with the help of new keyword, in that case we are using that no throw exception, and we are going to check that particular variable is created or not. If not p, yes, not p means what? Yes, what is the meaning of this if condition? If not p means, yes guys, if not p means that particular p variable is not created or not generated with the help of new keyword, then it will directly fire or he will display the message memory allocation is failed. Okay, so here in this case or inside the else part, okay, inside the else part we are writing our business logic. If suppose that particular condition is going to be fail, so what is this condition? If not p, so not p means what? Pointer variable is not generated. Okay, so pointer variable is not generated. In that case, not p is going to be true, and your compiler is going to inside that if block, and he will display memory allocation is failed. So here in this case we are handling that particular exception with the help of that no throw keyword. Guys, if suppose we are not using this kind of handlings or no throw keyword, then what will happen? By default, if suppose memory is insufficient, then directly compiler is going to directly display that particular error, just like we are using, if suppose we are going to perform the division operation. And what will happen if suppose C is equal to 0? In that case, compiler is going to directly exit from the execution state, and he will display the exception that divide by 0 exception. Okay, so to execute that particular program in smooth manner, we are handling all these exceptions inside our program. So for that particular purpose, we are using this kind of exception handling concepts inside our program. Guys, clear the concept? Why we are using that particular no through keyword? To handle that particular exception when the memory is insufficient to create that particular variable. Okay, so in that case, we are using that no through keyword. Guys, clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So guys, just reply immediately, yeah? Because I'm waiting for your reply. Okay, so we'll start with actual execution. So in that case, I will show you all these cases. Compiler is visible now? Yes, online editor.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we are using all the syntaxes. Yes, so inside the integer main, first just create the first pointer variable. What is the syntax? Integer star
Integer
p
star
is
p.
equal to null, as per your choice. Then next, initialize that particular pointer variable. P is equal to, which is of integer type. Okay, next one.
New integer.
Next, float. We will consider the previous example which I already discussed yesterday. New, then
New
float, and inside that just pass the value.
value.
Okay, 10.4. We have covered two different syntaxes. Next one, with respect to third one, array declaration, integer star
Integer.
p3 is equal to new integer of
Integer.
10. So here in this case, we have reserved 10 different blocks for this particular p3. I'll write it as a p2 and p1. Okay, so we have covered, or we have initialized 3 different pointer variables with the help of 3 different ways. Now just display first 2 variables because they are normal variables. See out value of first pointer variable, value of pointer variable star p1 is going to be printed star as a p1. Then we are using the /n, copy this line for p2. Okay, and I will write here. So we will execute one by one, written as 0. Okay, so value, I will give some space. So value of pointer variable star p1 is equal to 0, and value of pointer variable star p2 is 10.4. What will happen with respect to star p1, guys? We have just created that particular variable, but we have not initialized with respect to particular integer value. So how you are going to provide that value? Star p1 is equal to, assume that it has a 50. Now check. Value of pointer variable star p1 is 50 and value of pointer variable star p2 is 10.4. Okay, now we are moving towards array declaration. Yes, guys. For that particular purpose, first of all, directly, yes, for loop. First of all,
For
initialize
loop.
integer I. Okay, we are going to initialize only 5 blocks out of 10. So how you are going to iterate this one? Yes, how you are going to iterate this for loop? Start with 5. We are going to provide the values for next 5 blocks. So I is
I is
5
less
less than 5, I
than 10.
10 and I plus plus. Next one. P3 of I is equal to guys, we will provide the value.
I plus 1.
We will provide the value from 10 or from 15. Okay, so inside the fifth block, he will store the value as 15. Am I right? 10 plus I, the value of I is 5. So 15 is going to be stored inside which block? P3 of I means 5. So that particular
5.
value, 15 value, is stored inside the which block?
Fifth block.
Fifth block. If we are going to consider that array start from 0, so 0 to 4, and inside the fifth block we are going to hold, or we are going to store that 15. So this particular for loop is for initialization purpose. Next, suppose we have to display values that are available inside that block. So value stored in the block of memory. Guys, so what is the for loop for integer I is equal to? Again, we have to iterate this particular for loop for how many times? 5 times.
5
5
times.
times.
Okay, so again we will iterate that particular from 5. I is less than 10 and I plus plus, and display values. How we are going to display all the values? P3 of I,
P3 of I.
and just provide space if you want, or if you want to provide the new line, then use the /n as per your choice. Then I'll execute this code. So look at the execution. Okay, so with respect to this execution, the first pointer variable is 50, 10.0. We have already discussed that with respect to P1 and P2. Next, this particular array with respect to P3 pointer variable, and we are going to store 5 different values in 5 different blocks, and we are going to start all these values from 5th block. Okay, suppose I will start this array from 0 to 10. What will happen, guys? What is the answer, expected answer for this P3 pointer?
10 to 19.
10 to 19.
No, first it will come 0, 0, 0. 5
It
times,
will
and then 15, 16.
first 5 zeros.
5 zeros.
Okay, and then remaining you will display 5 different values, because with the help of this particular for loop, initialization for loop, we are going to initialize only last 5 values. So that's why 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19 are available on the right hand side, and first 5 are zeros because we have not initialized the first part. Okay, so this one with respect to new keyword. Then how we are using the delete keyword? Yes, guys, how we are using, or how we are deleting all these
Delete
pointer
keyword
variables?
and pointer variable.
Directly use the delete keyword. So in this case, use the delete keyword and directly delete that
Pointer
particular
variable.
pointer variable as a P1. Okay, so what will happen after that? Suppose I will display, I want to display that P1. So look at the execution. What it will display? It will display as a 0. Why it will display as a 0? Because that particular P1 or pointer variable we have already deleted. Okay, so that's why the 4th line the output window will display as a 0. So this is the way in which we are going to release the dynamic memory which we already created. Similarly, just try for P2. So this one is related with P2. And what about array? We are going to delete that particular array in this manner, directly P3. Okay, so all the pointer variables are directly deleted. So if we are not going to delete all these pointer variables, so automatically when your program is going to be exit from that particular execution, so automatically all these pointer variables are deleted, or whatever be the dynamically memory created or generated for this particular variables, automatically is going to be deallocated. Okay, so better way, if you have created that particular memory with the help of new keyword, then use that delete keyword to delete by yourself, okay, instead of compiler or instead of programmer. Okay, so this is related with new keyword and delete keyword. Guys, after this clear how we are creating the dynamic memories with the help of new keyword and how we are going to delete all these memories? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay,